Do you feel like you're about to make something happen? Like an old, deep, maybe forgotten wish is knocking at your door? You're right, but there's a catch. That manifestation will only happen if you're ready to let go. The pink full moon has arrived, and behind the soft, almost poetic name, there's a powerful and demanding spiritual force. This isn't just any full moon, it's called pink, because it marks the time of blooming, of rebirth, of the strength that breaks through the earth to live. But to bloom, something first has to die. This moon wants to see you shine. But first, it's going to ask you, are you willing to let go of what's blocking your abundance? If yes, this could be the most fertile portal of your year. If not, it'll make it painfully clear what's still holding you back. The pink full moon isn't actually pink in the sky. It gets its name from the first bloom of spring in the northern hemisphere, Phlox subulata, a delicate yet resilient flower that breaks through winter and announces a new season. This symbolism echoes across the world, even in places without spring. It represents a moment of emotional blooming. It's when what's been growing inside you, dreams, gut feelings, hidden desires, reaches the point of overflowing. It's a moon of revelations, but also of choices. What blooms now does so because you nurtured it, or because you finally let it go. What doesn't bloom? Maybe it's time to leave it behind. That's the mysterious beauty of the pink moon. It doesn't force your wishes into being. It delivers what's ripe and demands that you release what's already dried up. Here's the truth nobody likes to hear. What blocks your manifestations the most isn't a lack of faith. It's too much attachment. The pink moon in Libra is showing you this paradox. It wants to give you what you desire, but only if you're willing to stop controlling the path to get there. You say you want love, but you still cling to people who throw you off balance. You want prosperity, but you're afraid to leave the place that drains you. You want to bloom, but you're holding on to roots that are already dead. This moon is here to test your courage to trust, because every fulfilled desire begins with a silent letting go. You can't manifest something new while dragging the weight of the old. The pink moon comes to remind you, the universe only responds when you're light enough to receive. The pink full moon in Libra doesn't fulfill just any wish. It activates what has real roots, what comes from the soul, not from neediness, from awareness, not from urgency. This moon especially favors desires related to authentic relationships, where there's real exchange, not emotional games. Self-love and self-worth, the desire to value yourself, respect yourself, and finally put yourself first. Beauty, harmony, pleasure, anything that nourishes, balances, and soothes your inner chaos. Emotional justice, the need for fairness in dynamics where you've given too much. Letting go of toxic cycles. It gives you the push to make the necessary cuts so something new can be born. But heads up, it also blocks certain kinds of desires, like desires driven by the need for approval. Repeating patterns you already know don't work. Clinging to connections that only exist out of fear of being alone. Manifestations rooted in ego, not in heart. The pink moon doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what your energy is truly holding. That's why so much tends to fall apart during this transit, because what's no longer aligned can't survive under this moon's light. You don't need to understand astrology. Your body, your soul, your energy are already speaking. And if you're ready, the signs are loud and clear. Here are some common symptoms of someone vibing with the pink moon. 1. Feeling like something needs to come out. It might be bottled up emotion, a stuck conversation, a relationship on the brink. It's like you're about to explode or bloom. 2. Spontaneous emotional purging. A sudden urge to cry, to go silent, to clear things out. Moments of introspection, flashes from the past, waves of unexplained longing. 3. Natural distancing. You start drifting away from people, habits, and places that no longer resonate, not out of anger, but out of clarity. 4. Vivid dreams and symbolic messages. The full moon amplifies the dream world. You might dream of flowers, oceans, or people you need to release. 5. An urge to start fresh, even without a plan, even without knowing exactly how, but with that deep feeling of, I can't keep living in this cage I built for myself. And that's the point. You weren't born to fit in a small pot. The pink moon is here to remind you of that. The pink moon is here. And as beautiful as it may seem, it's demanding. It wants to bloom within you, but it can't grow in hardened soil. It won't bloom where there's fear of change. It won't flourish in hearts clinging to old patterns just because they're familiar. This moment is a mirror, and it asks you, are you ready to live something new? Or are you still stuck in the fear of losing what no longer serves you? It's easy to say you want to manifest love, but it's hard to admit that for that to happen, you'll have to end that lukewarm but safe relationship. It's easy to wish for a new life, but it's challenging to face the behaviors keeping you exactly where you are. The pink moon shows it plainly. Beauty doesn't come from control. It comes from space. And space only opens when you're brave enough to release what's blocking it. This moon doesn't grant shallow wishes. It blooms where there's truth, and it withers what's only alive out of stubbornness. Are you willing to let go of what's weighing you down? Because only then can the lightness find its way in. There's a moment when everything realigns. When the universe stops whispering and starts shouting. The pink moon is that moment. It shines light right on the spot where you're holding yourself back from receiving what's already yours. And not because you're unworthy, but because you're afraid to let go of what used to be comfortable. This is the turning point. What you want also wants you. But it won't arrive if the space is still taken up by versions of you that no longer exist. This moon's energy isn't soft, it's decisive. It separates what's been tangled, reveals what's been disguised, and asks you to make choices, not with your head, but with courage and coherence. You want to bloom? Then you have to be willing to strip down of excuses, of burdens, of masks. Only then can the new come in. Only then can the real show up. Only then can the desire bloom. The pink moon arrived like a mirror, and the reflection it brings isn't just of what you want. It's of what you've been quietly cultivating up until now. A lot of people want flowers, but few are willing to do the invisible work of preparing the soil, letting go of what suffocates, clearing out what's rotting inside, reevaluating which seeds still make sense. Because here's the truth. Flowers don't grow in chaos. They grow in clarity. And clarity sometimes hurts, because it exposes what you've been clinging to out of attachment, fear, or nostalgia. It shows you where you've been living on autopilot, calling neediness love, or calling paralysis stability. This full moon didn't come to comfort you. It came to push you toward a more honest place. A place where you stop asking for a new cycle and start acting like someone who's ready to live it. You say you want something new, but you're still feeding old pain. You say you want to bloom, but keep cutting your own roots. You say you want lightness in love, but keep dragging heavy connections. Life listens to your vibration, not just your words. And what you're holding now is what's going to bloom in the months ahead. This is the shift. This is the choice. And only you can decide. Will I keep watering what makes me sick, or make space for what truly wants to be born in me? The pink moon shows you you're not a victim of the cycles. You're part of them. And your awareness is the key that transforms everything. If your heart tightened at any moment in this message, if you felt the truth moving inside you, it's because you're already ready. The pink moon didn't show up by accident. It came as a reminder of what you already know, but may have forgotten. You are fertile. You are capable. You are living soil for beautiful things to grow. But the universe doesn't plant in abandoned ground, nor in spaces still filled with doubt, guilt, or repetition. So now it's up to you. Let go, trust, and let it bloom.